existing operating systems like Windows and Mac OS, people are switching to Linux. If you have such questions, today this video will be an answer to those questions. Today we are diving into top 5 reasons why Linux is the OS for choice of for tech enthusiasts, developers, and even regular users looking for more control. The first reason that I would like to mention is it's free and open source in nature. When you download and install Linux, you don't need to pay a single penny to require its license or to have a product key. Whereas for operating systems like Mac OS or Windows, you need to purchase their license, you need to purchase their product key in order to run uh, their operating systems on your systems. Whereas in case of Linux, you don't need to do that. It's completely free to use. And coming to open source, Linux follows an open source philosophy where users from all around the world can modify and share the Linux source code, okay, and thereby creating a global community that collaborates and improves Linux from day to day for day to day life, like enhancing user experience on the Linux operating systems to performing uh, penetration testing attacks so that Linux is less prone to viruses and malwares. Coming to viruses and malwares, here I would like to mention the second point, which is security. Linux is very secure OS. Like Linux itself is not an OS, but the Linux distros, the Linux operating systems, they are very secure in nature. They are less prone to virus or malware attacks. Even if there is a virus or malware attack on a Linux operating system, the Linux user can share his or her experience to the open source community, the Linux open source community, and share the information about the attack, and other contributors, other Linux contributors can help Linux to become less prone to such attacks, thereby modifying Linux and improving it for day-to-day life. Thus, Linux is very secure in nature. The third reason is customizability. Linux is highly customizable. Linux users can control everything from, like, say, desktop environment to the graphical interface which they are getting, to user interface themes, to file management, you name it. Linux users can customize it. Different desktop environments, like for example you have Genome, you have KDE. Okay, these are some different desktop environments for Linux. Okay, so they suit various preferences for from aesthetic to functional uses. So Linux is highly customizable in nature. The second point, or not second point, sorry, the fourth point that I'm going to come is performance and resource efficiency. Let me just write it down. Let me just write it down. Performance. Linux operating systems can run on any platform, like any system. If you, like, for example, I have a computer that has a Pentium processor, okay, with Windows 7, so, and with 4 GBs of RAM. So it's not a very great system, okay, but you can run Linux on it. You can easily run Linux on these specific requirements. Okay, Linux does not need a very heavy platform to run on. Linux is lightweight, and you can use it on older computers, you can use it on new computers, you can use it on any devices, even mobiles. You can use Linux on mobiles too. Like, they have a new feature nowadays where you can download and install Linux on mobile phones. So it's highly resource efficient, Its performance is top notch. You can Linux easily beats other operating systems when it comes to performance. The fifth reason is its technicality. There's a misconception about Linux operating systems that you need to be great at coding, or you need to be great at bash scripting or shell scripting, to use Linux. However, it is not very true. Linux has a graphical user interface which is called GUI. Okay, short form for graphical user interface. Okay, Linux has a great graphical user interface by which you can interact with the Linux operating system. So even if you don't know commands, okay, you can easily use Linux. Okay, and if you know commands, okay, let's say if you know commands, it would like make your life even easy if you are into fields like IT or cybersecurity or coding, even like general coding. Okay, Linux is a great platform to use these skills. The second sub point under technicality is it is widely used in servers, okay, and cloud environments. I'm just gonna write env. Okay, it means environment. Okay, so Linux is widely used in servers and cloud environments. So you can just understand how Linux is useful in every aspect of uh, technology related products. The Another point which I would like to discuss, let me just see, it's the sixth point, is its privacy. Linux does not require user data to sell something like user experience enhancement, like for Windows or Mac OS. Would like companies like Microsoft or Apple takes in your user data so that they can give you a personalized experience, okay, to enhance it. But the problem with this is, like, say if any kind of leaks happen or these companies get hacked by some other organizations or something like that, your there's a high probability that your data will be leaked, and you won't want that, right? So in this case, Linux prioritizes privacy to the utmost. It does not require user data. Okay, so you might ask, so how is Linux giving say fair user experience enhancement? The thing is, here comes the open source community. Contributors from around the world ensure that Linux operating systems have an average, or like say user experience enhancement for around the world. So whether you are from anywhere around the world, you get the same experience as some other person who is sitting around the globe. You both of you get the same experience, user experience in Linux environments. I think these are the reasons which should make you convinced that okay, Linux is highly, uh, uh, it's a very good operating system. Not Linux specifically, Linux operating systems, they are very good. They outclass uh, popular operating systems like Windows and even Mac OS. And there was a, you can do a lot of tests on Linux, and in tests it is found that Linux has beaten Windows 7, Windows 10, or Windows 11 in terms of performance. Now, how does Linux beat them? The thing is, Linux is very lightweight in nature. Okay, it does not require a lot of resources to run on. Like I said, you can run Linux on any old computers. So Linux easily outperforms Windows or Mac OS in terms of performance and efficiency and reliability. Thus, uh, Linux is slowly becoming popular among new users around the globe. So these were the reasons why you should use Linux in the upcoming days. Uh, I hope this you liked this video. Okay, if you do like it, make sure you like the video and subscribe to my channel. I will be making more videos on Linux, and subsequently, if I learn networking, I would be sharing my knowledge with you as well. So yeah, make sure you do subscribe, and if you liked the video, make sure to hit that like button. And thank you very much for watching my video.